if you got a fever and the only prescription is more cowbell, then hopefully you feel better. It's 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. I messed that joke up before we even started it.
Yeah, well, look.
Friday.
You're at the end of the week.
Yeah,
I told you.
It is.
I said it yesterday. Yeah. On Thursdays, things become... You become undone on Thursdays.
And then by Friday, I'm an Uncle Sfinny Dervish.
You are. Like Thursdays, you begin dropping things, and then, Friday hits like this morning, and then you forget.
I forget that.
You get forgetful.
Right. Yeah. I don't even remember what we're doing half the time.
How did I add $50 to my Dunkin' Donuts rewards account?
I literally... okay, we were driving to Dunkin' Donuts, and I go to order... And I'm like, it says I have $53 in my Dunkin' card. And I was like, when did I do this? Yep. And then it said on the 13th. And then I looked at my transactions, but they're only updated through the 12th. So it's like either someone's hacking my Dunkin' account, but like I know that I probably added $5 to it to pay for the coffee yesterday, and I added an extra $0.
Yeah.
So it's about that, You're
in distress. I'm
in distress. I am in distress. So let's get the show started, shall we? Ready for your double dip, eh?
Yeah, give it to me.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
Do you want to go either Canadian, Chinese, or the justified fight first?
Let's get Canada out of the way. I don't like that country.
Okay. A lot of Canadian Chinese, apparently.
There is. One
of them won the lottery, $1 million. And they're angry. They're going viral because they keep making videos that the government will not return their phone calls or mail them a check. So here is, I'm not even, you know what? I'm not even going to say his name. Don't know how to do it. It's I'll just call him Mr. Canadian Lottery Guy. This is him and his wife complaining about not getting a check, but the government response is that we've sent you the check, but they can prove that they haven't cashed the check, so they're going back and forth. Here he is.
I try email to them and call them so many times, and then he said it's on the way, but no one sent the check to me.
It said that if you win over 1,000, you should get your check in the mail 6 to 8 weeks. But right now it's over 1 year.
1 year. And if you heard him, he said...
I try email to them.
He tried to email to them.
Now, let me tell you what the good thing about winning the lottery in Canada, this is one good thing, is that they don't tax you on your winnings. Do you know that? You're not taxed on your winnings there if you win the lottery. Like, you win the lottery... All of it's yours. You win $100 million, you get $100 million. Period.
They don't tax
you on the lottery? They do not tax you on the lottery in Canada. No, they don't.
Well, no wonder this guy's so upset.
Right.
He was actually going to get so he's going to get $1 million.
He will get $1 million clean. Tax-free, it's all his when you win the lottery there. Right here, you win $1 million.
You get $760. The guy did it in Nashville like a week ago,
right? So all of it's yours when you get it there. Now, mind you, it's expensive to live there, so all of that's gone by the end of the day. But nevertheless, it's the money's clean. It's yours. Yeah, I see why he's pissed.
Well, now I know why he's pissed. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Keep trying to...
I try email to them.
Try email to them and see if they'll get you.
Well, you unplug and plug back in that dial-up modem. Give it another shot. All right.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
All right. So justifiable violence. Very, very rarely, if ever, is there justifiable violence.
Somebody breaks into your home. Somebody, I don't know, throws something at your kid, whatever it may be.
Somebody smacks your lady, something like that.
All those kind of things.
Okay.
Justifiable violence in those situations.
Is this justifiable violence?
Give me the $5.
No, there is no $5. You got 2 drinks. That's not how that works.
Nobody's gonna make me.
You don't think I'm going to throw this on you. You want me to throw this on you? Give me your card and leave.
I can handle the disrespect. The violence, that's where the line is crossed.
There's not a refund policy. You thought that you were going to throw drinks on me, and you're going to pay for a new windshield, and it's going to ruin your day. I posted on social media, and I had comments that were like, oh, he didn't actually put hands on you. So is that the level to which a woman is allowed to fight back?
So the question is, she's a barista. He threw a water at her, and she busted his windshield. Now, okay, why did he throw the water at her? They charged him $5 for 1 cup of ice water.
$5. And you know what? And this was at Starbucks, right? So $5.
Yes, this was at Starbucks. You know, that's why we're dunking people.
Right. This is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay? You are now pushing people's limits. And when and when I ask you for a cup of water, then just simple, a bottle doesn't cost that much, and for a cup of your sink water, you're going to charge me $5. I mean, I'd be pissed too. Now, for her to come back and smash the windshield, that's a bit much, but it's all came together. But I'm going to tell you, this is where we're at in our lives. We're charging $5.
$5 for 1 cup of water. And by the way, about a week and a half ago, Jeff and I talked about the restaurants that raise their prices the most. Starbucks was like, raise their prices 80% over the past, 4 or 5 years.
They were already expensive.
They were already $5. Is that a universal Starbucks thing? Like, is that like you ask for a cup of water, they charge you $5?
I don't know.
The price of a latte?
I would assume that, if some places are franchised and they could do different ones. But dude, at the end of the day, even if you own it, how do you charge somebody that much for that? That's just corporate greed.
It is. It is.
And that's what's bringing this country down. It's ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You know what? I might go to Toronto and I might I'll hang out with the Canadian Chinese.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go the only thing that will get me dual citizenship is to hang out with that guy and possibly win the lottery tax-free.
That's it. Right. Yes.
And, more to hang out with him, but that's it.
Yeah.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show. Hey, here's to hoping we made the right decision. Find us on all socials, 1059 The Mountain, and by searching Rizzo and Jeff Show on all podcast platforms.
The Jeff News Network, the JNN, the backbone of this show. Jeff, what do we have coming up on the JNN?
Yeah, you ever, be in a scenario? Have you ever been in a scenario where there's 23 sets of twins in one sitting?
20 what?
23 sets of twins. That happened at a middle school graduation. I couldn't believe that. We'll talk about that. Be careful opening your door in Buncombe County, and if somebody says they're an exterminator, make sure you keep your doors closed and call the cops. We'll tell you why. And I-40, oh boy, it's going to be starting today. Close all weekend long. We'll give you the details about that coming up as well, all right?
All right, the JNN brought to you by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. They are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you because we run together. Visit traininfo.com to visit your local independent train dealer. That's traininfo.com because it's hard to stop a train.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN. Jeff News Network is on 1059 The Mountain now.
All right, so this is pretty scary if you're in the Tuttle Road area. The Buncombe County Sheriff's Office is searching for a breaking and entering suspect. And the guy pretended to be a pest exterminator. He actually did enter a home. So he's wanted for breaking and entering in the area. So anybody that has any information about the identity or the whereabouts of this person, if this has happened to you, maybe somebody knocked on your door and you're saying to yourself, oh, my God, I'm hearing this now. That makes sense. Make sure you make that contact because that is something that, a senior citizen or somebody like that is just going to open the door because we think everything is safe and okay, and then boom, he's in.
So what? He just says, I'm an exterminator. But if you didn't call an exterminator, how would you expect one?
If you're at an apartment complex, think about it like that. And you would think, oh, they're doing routine maintenance. That happens at apartment complexes, where they'll come in, an exterminator, and you just go, oh, okay, and you let them in, boom. something like that could happen. So just be very careful. Don't answer your door. All right.
That's unbelievable.
I know.
All right. What's going on?
I
in this
don't know.
town? It's
And
like
Tunnel Road.
it's crazy.
Yeah, Tunnel Road. I got to tell you, that's turning into quite a treat, huh?
Yes, it is.
From Asheville to, well, that's pretty much all they can handle right now. It's time for the least trusted news network in town. But they are new. The Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, so didn't this happen like last weekend? I think it was last weekend. They're doing it again.
It's like 3 weekends in a row.
Yeah, a stretch of 40 East is set to close this weekend. It will be closed from 240 and the 26 interchange there at 46B all the way to Hendersonville Road.
Oh, that's
so the
a long
construction
way.
crews are going to be working. Yeah, this kind of the same thing that happened. So it's going to start 8 p.m. tonight, and it's going to go all the way through Monday at 6 a.m.
So I drive 40 a lot. What are they doing? Are they repaving? Because I got to tell you, exit 53 is not repaved.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
They're working on the eastbound bridge out that way, so little bridge that they're working on.
Okay, so they're doing like bridge repairs. They're not like actually paving.
Correct.
Okay, great. All right. Well, watch out. That's Johnny. At least, hopefully, he doesn't have to work. Johnny drives the I-40 every day.
Yeah, well, Johnny needs to get home by 8 p.m. tonight. All right, before the street lights come on. Johnny,
you better
be
get
home,
home,
brother.
All right.
Time for the world famous, never imitated, never duplicated, and barely making it. The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
How the heck this happened, I don't know. But 23 sets of twins graduated from a middle school on Wednesday. So 46 students, of course, 23 sets of twins make up just over 10% of the 454 students graduating. So 10%, that 10% of them are twins there.
And that's actually a really high percentage because twins are actually very rare.
Like 3% of the births in the U.S. are twins. So 10% of the graduating class there were twins.
And it's a lot. Here's a little audio of just some of the twins talking about just how weird it is.
It's like crazy to see how many. Kel once had a class where he had like 6 sets of these people all in one class. So it was very funny to just look around and notice how many other people are twins amongst us. So
like on April Fool's Day, we switched classes and like it actually worked too.
My favorite part about being a twin is when they mix us up.
I love that we're like kind of the same person, share a lot of the same interests, and it's like never really boring when we're together.
I actually heard of a brilliant idea. They switch classes. Like you could like switchy do. Like you could do a life switchy do.
You could. You get into high school, you get a little older. There's a lot of different switchy doos you can pull off there.
You got a
See
boyfriend.
what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I mean? It's you get into
the
a
guys,
hot tub.
Right.
I like this idea.
Yeah. Do you?
This is I actually this is giving me an idea. I wish there was somebody that looked like me in this world.
Do you?
I wish I had another Rizzo.
Yeah, you're the only one.
No, just me. That's it. Yep.
105.9 The Mountain and Rizzo and Jeff hate paying for stuff, don't you? Everything is a subscription this or fee that. Heck, they even have kitchen fees now. Just a friendly reminder that your local neighborhood radio station is always free. We tried to sell the Rizzo and Jeff show. Nobody bought it, so they're free too. Always local and free. 105.9 The Mountain.
It's 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock. You got Rizzo and Jeff. Just want to know how you feel about meat.
I'm a meat man.
You're a meat man.
I'm a meat man.
I'm a meat man myself.
Okay. Look,
I like good meats.
Look, I've made it 42 years eating meat. What do I got? Probably another 30. I'm good. I'm clean on that. 30, 35 years. If I get to 75, 80, and
well, you always have meat,
and I didn't have to graze like a cow, then I'm fine. I'm good. I eat the cow. Keep grazing, cow.
So you love meat. Well, I'll tell you what. I love meat too, and meat is kind of really become the subject of public discussion. If you head over to the 105.9 The Mountain Facebook page, simple question: would you accept meat in the form of payment? And then you say to yourself, well, what a ridiculous question. there's a Motel 6. And, listen, the cashier was accepting meat, actual meats, as payment.
Well, you got to...
Because I guess, I don't know, is that like accepted currency out in Nebraska, wherever?
It could be, but I think what it is now, it's the state of where we are at. The state of where we are at is that this woman who's working at this hotel probably isn't getting paid enough to feed her family. So what does she do? Look, if you want to come and pay me in ground beef, dude, ground beef ain't cheap. And if you're getting a family size of it or beef is expensive. You roll up with some T-bones, you're getting the sweet. Okay? That's how it works.
Well, so T-bones get you the sweet, so you're telling me meat is better than cash?
These days? I think about it. I don't know.
Well, I have some audio here.
Okay.
The night clerk was accepting ground beef as payment for a room. But we've been working with their corporate headquarters because their corporate headquarters, at last conversation we had, that location does not meet their industry branding standards.
Okay, so it's not just meat. This is where I wanted to make the differentiation and have the conversation. You say you give me a T-bone or a New York strip, I'll give you a sweet. I'm with you on that, but you're talking 80-20, Chuck. You're talking 80-20 ground chuck.
Right, okay.
Is that worth it? Really? You could get a big thing for like $12.
Well, I don't know what she's getting paid. What if they're paying her $7 an hour?
Okay.
And she's working 3 hours, 4 hours, and then they tax her. At the end of the day, would you rather have the cash or would you rather, feed your kids? At the end of the day, some people don't have 2 weeks to wait for a paycheck if your kids are hungry. So you know what? At the end of the day, here's the deal. You pay me in meats, Pop. I got to tell you.
How much meats does Pop have to give you, though, for a room? I mean, if you're thinking $80, $90, $100 a night,
it's a Motel 6 in Nebraska. What the hell do you think that costs?
$39.99.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so $40. So I need, if you're talking, and you know this, 80-20 versus 90-10.
Yeah.
So if you got 80-20 Chuck, what are you looking at? $4.99 a pound?
See, this is what you're doing. You're trying to equate the arithmetic. You're trying to say just because the room costs this much, you would have to give me a bunch of meat for this. That's not what's happening here. That's not the deal. She doesn't care what the room costs.
So what you're saying is to her, you just give her 3 pounds of 80-20 and you got yourself a room, kiddo. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just...
To her, she just scored on the gold rush, okay? If you're getting 90-10... Somebody rolls in with some 90-10 Chuck, Pomp.
Are you?
I tell you, Pomp. That's pretty good stuff.
I'm going to tell you, Jeff. I can assure you, I don't think you're getting 90-20, especially at a Motel 6. If you're staying at a Motel 6, that's a budget thing. It's like you don't have a lot of money. You're not springing for the 90-10. You're lucky if you get 80-20.
Okay, well,
if anything, I think it might be 50-50.
No, I don't know where you're getting 50-50, but let me tell you, if you can pull some 90-10, you have got yourself some cheesy beef stroganoff hamburger helper for at least 2-3 days. Easy.
Okay, question, 90-10. If you were this clerk.
I need a little fat. 90-10's a little lean.
90-10's lean for you, right?
Yeah.
All right, so then you want 80-20, right? All right, so if I give you a tube of 80-20, if I give you a tube of that meat, or if I tube meat, are you giving me a room?
Yeah, I think I take care of you. Now, would the room be the best? I don't know, but I'll get you a room,
You know what?
Would it be the room the hookers use? Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So look.
It'd be the room of hooking.
Look, you give me a little meat there, trucker, and guess what? You get a little extra on the side.
Room.
Yeah.
Hey, we got great news. The Rizzo and Jeff Show knows that you pay, and you pay, and you pay. Netflix, Amazon, you name it. And there's a subscription fee for it. So they wanted to remind you that the Rizzo and Jeff Show is, and always will be, free. Anywhere and everywhere, just like 105.9 The Mountain.
Talking meats on 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. That was Led Zeppelin. Jeff, I just got a simple question for the John Meister. The John Meister General, meat as payment, would you accept it? What do you got, John?
Well, let's just say today is a special day, okay? And so we'll talk about some meat because today is the miracle in 65, the best big chunk of meat was born. And that's me, Johnny. Today's my birthday, boys.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
Happy birthday. So wait, 65. My dad was 65. So are you 57?
No, I'm not 65. I was born in 65.
My dad was born in 65. That's what I mean. So are you 57?
59.
59. See, I'm bad with math.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, then I have to play you a birthday tune. What do you want? What AC/DC song do you want?
All right, so Money Talks is probably up there at the top. Thunderstrut, Back in Black. I'll let you boys pick. But what I want to talk about today is today's going to be a great day. I'm not going to have to get on the Dad Gym 26 today and fight everything. I'm taking off for my birthday. I'm going to be off. So you boys are lucky. I called in this morning because the Queen was in there and she's getting ready to fix my breakfast for me.
I'll tell.
What is she making you for breakfast?
Let's see, bacon, eggs, sausage, well, maybe even an omelet, too. I don't know. I'm probably going to get an omelet this morning.
Wow.
So,
you're living on the edge.
So you're getting meats and everything else, huh?
Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. And then I'm drinking my Black Rifle coffee out on the front porch in my jockeys right now. That's it. Watching the alpaca and the goats down there hop around in the field. Listening to the Pyrenees up there barking up on the hill.
I hear them.
I'm living life good, man. It's all good.
Well, hell, you know what, Johnny? You have a happy 59th birthday. I hope you get everything you want. You enjoy your breakfast meats. And, we got some money talks for you right now. How about that, huh?
Sounds great. I'm getting ready to have what I want here in just a little bit.
I bet you are, Johnny. I bet you are.
You have a good one, all right, buddy?
Y'all take care, boys, and have a good day. And just remember, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Woo! All right, happy birthday, Johnny. We love you, brother. Take it easy. Here's a little bit of money talks. Happy birthday, Johnny! Maybe that person you don't like at work is possessed. It is Rizzo and Jeff, 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock station. And, Jeff, we don't often think possession anymore. Maybe it's because it's been a while since The Exorcist came out.
Yeah, not everybody believes in that you're possessed. Maybe lay off the bath salts. But there was a guy, and sometimes you work with somebody, and you say to yourself, there's something is going on here, right? Things aren't clicking. You got the weird person that maybe doesn't talk to everybody, doesn't give you a hello in the hallway when it's just so simple to say hi to somebody, right? Everybody think about it. And you go, all right, maybe they're going through something at home, whatever it may be, breakup, divorce, who cares? But then if you really think about it, it could be what this guy thought. It's that the person is possessed. And then you say, you know what? This is what I'm going to do.
help them.
And instead of being maligned, and saying you're crazy, you're trying to be a good coworker, and that's what I feel this guy was doing. I think he was trying to be a good, helpful, kind coworker.
And I think that, sometimes people's kindness is taken for granted. And I think that sometimes people's thoughtfulness is taken for granted. So I'm going to play you what happened here with this guy and him and his coworker, and you be the judge.
Well, new tonight, an Avon man is under arrest accused of breaking into his co-worker's house to perform an exorcism.
Now, Fox 59 obtained the court documents that show police found Robert Knocker covered in blood at the home at about 1 a.m. Tuesday morning. Now, Knocker told investigators he broke a window, then repeated these phrases while police handcuffed him. She hasn't been stabbed. She's possessed. And play track number 3 to save her, referencing a CD he had brought to the house. The victim told police that they've known Knocker since 2002 and worked together at Chick-Fil-A. At last check, Knocker was still in the hospital. He faces a felony for residential entry, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct.
All right. So they worked together at Chick-fil-A. He obviously became very concerned with her behavior.
Well, first off, let's talk about Knocker here for a second.
Let's talk Knocker.
First up, have you ever been to a Chick-fil-A? Do you see what those people have to endure on a daily basis?
Okay.
It's a nightmare.
Okay, it's a nightmare, except they are the only business that I've ever seen that purposely makes fanny pack and coin dispenser belts part of your uniform. So I like to go to Chick-Fil-A sometimes to reminisce about, I'll use a Johnny word, times yonder. I like to think, wow, they dispense coins from their belt. Wow, they have a fanny pack. Wow, they have chicken and they're closed on Sundays. This is the kind of business that I like to patronize.
Well, first off,
you
got to commend them there because with 67 lines, they always get your order right when you pull up. Okay, so they always nail that. So you got to give it to them. But that has got to be crazy. That would anybody would become possessed working there. So this guy decides, this is what I'm going to do. I'm concerned about her. We worked at Chick-fil-A together. We endure the same pain. It's like PTSD.
So we understand that.
So he grabs a CD. Maybe he found some old school way to burn one. And track 3 was the track that he thought was going to be the one that would assist in the exorcism. Now, he did not stab her. He was bleeding from smashing through the window to get in there.
Yeah. Now, just to clarify, it doesn't say, I'm reading the article here, but what song could track 3 have been, right? What song could it have been?
Do you think he goes straight up like exorcism song? I don't. Or does he's not playing like Kat Von D? I mean, so it's got to be something.
Well, right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, is this a Pavarotti sings, the Ave kind of a thing? Like, is it a Schubert special? Right. So
okay, all right. That's track 3.
This is track 3. I'm trying to figure out.
Now, but why is?
Huh. I don't know. Does that excise? I mean, I don't know if it gives me the chutzpah to leave a demon. If I were a demon.
No spirits leaving the body on that one?
No. Okay. No. You know what? I know exactly what song it is. If I was a demon and I heard this, I would absolutely be out of the body. You want to know what it is?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I only hear what I want to. You say I talk so all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's 90s pop superstar Lisa Loeb.
You need to be cleansed, huh? You need your whole body cleansed.
I feel dirty.
Who needs a priest? Who needs the Pope? The Pope's got a filthy mouth these days. Lobe me.
Look, we know you. We know that you look at that bank account and don't know where half of those charges come from. So we decided to help here at 105.9 The Mountain. We want to remind you that we are always on, always free. And we're even discussing paying you to take the Rizzo and Jeff Show home. For now, enjoy all the music, laughter, podcasts, and social media for free.
All right, we're trying to figure out who the heck cares or has been to Red Lobster. What did we say, in a human gestation period, Jeff, on 105.9 The Mountain?
Yeah, 9 months, yeah.
Asheville's classic rock, Rizzo Jeff Show. So, have you been to Red Lobster in the past 9 months?
Absolutely.
Okay, when was the last time and why did you go?
3 months ago.
3 months ago.
What did you get? What did you order at Red Lobster?
They had their, I got 2 lobster tails and crab legs.
Now, okay, how often would you say you're a lobster guy? How often do you go to the Red Lobster? Is this a common thing, couple times a year? I mean, how often?
No, about a couple times a year.
Why do you think they're closing down?
Probably because they're like the most expensive lobster place ever.
So do you remember what your bill was, or did you have to go to like a special buy one get one lobster?
Nah, I remember exactly what my bill was. It was about $112.
Holy crap!
What? How many people went?
It was just me and my fiance. We went. We had what killed us was the drinks. honestly. But
so still, come on, that's still
$112 for Red Lobster.
You could be having a steak dinner.
Well, we're a seafood type of family.
Okay.
So.
Well, you could be having seafood anywhere and not spend $112.
I mean, do you play? Go ahead.
It's just to feel like we're, living the high life once in a while.
Yeah, okay.
Red Lobster.
I'd rather, honestly, I would rather spend that $112 at like a Brazilian restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yes, we do know what you mean.
We get one real quick last question. Do you plan on going to Red Lobster anytime soon?
With the way that bills are going, probably not.
Right there with you, buddy.
I'm with you, my friend. Thank you so much for the call. Red Lobster, $112? Are you friggin' kidding me?
Got to live that high life.
No, it's not about the high life, Jeff. It's about $112 at Red Lobster. And if you're just tuning in, we're talking about this because Red Lobster, again, going viral because of a stupid Flavor Flav whatever. I don't even know what it is. Flavor Flav. He did a commercial. What's happening?
Well, you remember that he went into the Red Lobster and bought everything on the menu. Remember that? And then he was lobbying because he needs something in his life. He was lobbying that he do a partnership with him, and now they have agreed to one. What is he going to do? They've already filed for Chapter 11. What's he going to do to bring them back to life? And I got to tell you, you are hanging on by a thread. If you decide that the person that you want to go to rescue your restaurant is Flavor Flav, that's a tough go.
Yeah, boy. When the internet said Red Lobster's going away, boy, Flavor Flav said, not today. Crab Fest is here, boy, and they got 2 flavors, just like me. Flavor Flav.
Boy, if that's where you're going, if that's your ad strategy, if that's what and then you have somebody who calls and says 3 months ago, me and my fiance went to Red Lobster and got $112. Wow. I mean, come on.
Now, look.
It's a fast food joint, man.
Well, not really. Look.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's like Olive Garden in that
respect. What's a high life to somebody is different to anybody else, okay? It is what it is. And eating seafood anywhere is not cheap. But to go 112 at Red Lobster.
I get what he meant by the high life. Having some lobster tails, relaxing, sitting down with your lady, enjoying a nice dinner. I get it. Trust me. But nary a thought to cross my mind is let's go have $40 lobster. Yeah. At Red Lobster, which to me, and I'm sorry, is the McDonald's of lobster. It is. It's the McDonald's of seafood. That's what Red Lobster is. I'd rather go to Bubba Gump.
You can get it for like $19.99 a pound and stuff, and kind of make your own.
Yeah, but again, there goes. I mean, the people who live the high life cook their own lobster.
Well, look, here's the thing. Yeah, well, the problem here is now that we have found out that it's the drinks that are also expensive there as well.
Well, how much? Okay, so
$10 a pop, maybe
if
a drink.
$10 a drink. Okay, so let's say have 2 drinks. That's $40. $120.
Yeah, I guess
you're still at $40 a dinner at Red Lobster.
Probably, yeah. If you're getting lobster tails and crab legs, yeah.
828-240-1059. Other than the one man who spent $112 at Red Lobster 3 months ago, is there anyone breathing within the sound of my voice that has gone to Red Lobster, and if so, why? Because clearly, $50 food. You're not paying for a brand name, right? It's not like brand name lobster, so you're getting like, big manufactured fobster.
Yeah.
Okay. You got Flavor Flav as your spokesperson, and this is your marketing. Your business is on the verge of epic collapse, and this.
Yeah, boy. When the internet said Red Lobster's going away, boy, Flavor Flav said, not today. Crab Fest is here, boy, and they got 2 flavors, just like me. Flavor Flav.
This is why I eat at home, okay? All right?
Because of flavor?
That and Ingalls gas points. But that's
No sleep till! The Rizzo and Jeff Show. One is older and wiser. The other? Well, the other's life fell to pieces and his fiancée is out of glue. Yeah, you get what you get. Here's to hoping we made the right decision. Weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m.
All right, so listen, there are perverts in this world, and then there are special kind of perverts, and
are there special perverts? I don't know if there's special perverts.
No, there's the guy who looks over when you're at the stall, right? You know, we all have the urinal looker.
Who's that?
You know, a urinal looker.
Do you run into a lot of urinal lookers?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I have. You've never been at like a football stadium and had a urinal look?
Well, at a football stadium, everybody's whacked, so I don't think you intentionally peek, but it is what it is.
I mean, but what I'm saying is the generic pervert's a peeker.
Okay.
Right? We know that.
Right.
Okay, but then you got a special kind of pervert, right? And that special kind of pervert is the guy who, installs like cameras. And there was a chiropractor, he worked there for 2 days, who installed cameras in the bathroom. And he was caught, thankfully, 2 days later. But, that's a special kind of pervert.
The reason that he's a special kind of pervert, as you say, is because within 2 days of getting this new job, the camera was installed, meaning that the reason that he took the job was
right.
So he's zeroing in on jobs that he knows at any point, somehow, some way, that people will either disrobe, they will, use a restroom or whatever, wherever it may be, that he could place this camera, like you're not going to get caught eventually.
So you're intentionally taking jobs where you're getting potty shots.
Exactly.
Like, you know that you're getting potty shots.
That's like, Doug from My 600-Pound Life just wanting to work at Hardee's.
Right.
Okay? Because he has an obsession with the thick burger.
Right.
And he doesn't even...
He whacks people with his lymphedema.
Right. The lymphedema. And he just, he sits down, he does the drive-thru. And once in a while, people's thick burgers go missing, okay?
So I got some audio of the news report from this perv doctor here.
New tonight, a Valencia chiropractor has been arrested after a camera was found in a bathroom used for patients and employees.
40-year-old Nicholas Vanderhyde, a chiropractor in Valencia, under arrest after an employee found a hidden camera in the bathroom of the Joint Chiropractic office where he worked. The device was found on May 8th in the only bathroom at the location that employees and patients share.
Completely shocked that he would do something like that.
This patient, who wants to be referred to as Stephanie, said she initially didn't want to believe it was true.
So my question is this: who says, if I'm going to be a peaky perv, who says chiropract me? Who goes, chiropractor's office is where I need to go to install voyeuristic poo cameras?
Yeah, and also, on the back note of that, and also, why, if you were a victim of this, does the name that you go to is Stephanie? Is Stephanie somebody that gets peeped on a lot? Is Stephanie?
Well, if you know what, listen, honestly, if you think about peeped on names, Stephanie's got to be right. But who's a peeped on? You know what? I was going to say Bertha, but Bertha's a peeper.
No.
Bertha's a peeper.
That's when you hit fast forward.
Is Bridget a peeper?
No, not Bridget. No, not Bridget. That's
how about
a
Chet?
No, a Kyle.
Kyle peeps.
A Kyle will peep.
A Kyle will peep. Who else is peeping?
Yeah.
How about an Ashley? Is Ashley a peeper?
No, Ashley's too common. A Stanley will take a look at you.
A Stan.
Yeah, so Stan takes a look.
So you're Stan, you're peeping.
Well, you just hear it, and we arrested 52-year-old Stanley,
Marsh.
Stanley Marsh.
Well, let me ask you something. What about a guy named Randy?
Guy named Randy? No, That just sounds like a guy that works at like an ice cream shop or something. No, I don't think that's the case. Yeah. All right.
From the best classic rock songs of all time to the best radio show of all time. We're sure that show is somewhere. We just can't tell you where. So here's more of the Rizzo and Jeff Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
What is the grossest thing that you have ever found in your food? Okay, I bet no matter what it is, it will not top this, okay? 828-240-1059, the Mountain Talk and text lines. And Facebook, by the way, blowing up. I appreciate all of you guys texting, calling, especially Facebooking. We love building up that Facebook. But Jeff, would you say of all the things that you've heard, this was the grossest ever?
Yeah, this has got to be it. I don't think. I mean, we found plastic hair, all the those different kinds of things, but to find this, this is something special.
105.9 The Mountain. Hello, good morning.
Morning, fellas.
Oh, how you doing? I was wondering where you been. How you been?
The hell you been?
Yeah, I real sorry I didn't call in there yesterday. Me and Jose, we was out. We had a problem. But before I get into that, you want me to tell you about my wedding song and my gross food item, or you want me to tell you what happened to me and Jose?
Give us the food and then give us Jose.
Yeah, food and Jose, because we're gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
So we got a Band-Aid in the salad one time at Applebee's. He used Band-Aid. That's pretty disgusting.
Are you serious?
Was that Jose's?
I'm serious as a heart attack. No, I didn't think I don't know who it belonged to, but oh my God, that turned your stomach.
Did they give you something for that? Like Compit something? Did they give you something for that?
$1 margaritas for that?
Believe it or not, that time they didn't, and I ain't never eaten at Applebee's since then.
Wow.
But listen, me and Jose, we was out on the road, and he was talking. I was trying to listen to the radio. He kept running his mouth. We got in a big argument over that, and I quit paying attention to the truck. Next thing you know, it overheated, and we done blew a radiator hose. We sitting on the side of the road. So I got to thinking back to one of them there Discovery Channel shows I saw, and remember, you use whatever you can find around you. So I looked near some roadkill down the road. So I went down there and I cut me about 1 or 2 foot of that deer intestines out of that roadkill, and I come back there and I made me a new radiator hose. But then we needed radiator fluid. But Jose, he done had a 6-pack of beer the night before, so he filled that radiator up with piss. But we got home, but it smelled like bacon and piss the whole way there. But thank goodness for that, or I wouldn't have been able to call you today, fellas.
Oh, God bless Jose. And you even busted his kneecaps, and all the guy does is try to help you.
I know. You know what? You know who you are? You're MacGyver.
That's what it is. You are a true MacGyver. Yeah. You know that?
Well, I've been told that before. I ain't gonna lie. I've been told that before.
Well,
hey, you know what the moral of that story is?
Oh, please enlighten us.
Less talk, more music. That boy hadn't been talking, we wouldn't have been in that argument.
That's it. You can't be talking and that flippity flapping, that lip yapping. I'm telling you.
Well, thank God Jose had a full bladder. Everything worked out.
That's right. Now I got to give you my wedding song before I hang up here. I'd have gone with giving the dog a bone.
All right. Get lost.
Get out of here today. Get the hell out of here. You and Jose.
Friday. Leave us alone.
I know. We're trying to end the week.
Get lost.
All right. Now, anyway,
what's in the food?
The grossest thing, because you will not believe, and if you're just tuning in, you're like, what's happening?
Yeah, sorry.
That guy calls every day. He is a fixture on the show. He's the Mr. Shut Up, Let's Talk More Music guy. So we let him come up with creative stories to tell us to shut up. But anyway, coming up after Journey, some more music. We're going to talk about the grossest thing found in food, because there was an ice cream. Think of a Nutty Buddy.
A Nutty Buddy?
You unwrap yourself a big, yummy Nutty Buddy, and there's something popping out.
That's the best you can come up with, a Nutty Buddy?
I love a Nutty Buddy. What do you don't like a Nutty Buddy? You got a friggin' problem with a Nutty Buddy?
I'd take it or leave it. But all right. We'll roll with Nutty Buddy on this one.
All right. I don't know. Have you ever had a hair in your food? Maybe, I don't know, some wispies. It's 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff Show. I bet that you have never had anything as gross as this guy. Now, this poor man, okay, he was traumatized, quote, after he went and had himself the Indian, because it was in India, the Indian equivalent of a nutty buddy. Now, if you don't know what a nutty buddy is an ice cream cone with a little bit of vanilla, some peanuts in the top, and some peanuts along the side with chocolate, a.k.a. Nutty Buddy. Lots of nuts, lots of buddies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's licking around the nuts. And after he's licking around the nuts, he notices that there's an odd...
Did you say is that what you just said?
Yeah, he's licking around the nuts.
Okay.
And then after he does that, he starts eating them. And then he notices that underneath that, the chocolate, the nuts, all that, takes a bite. And he says, this is a weird-shaped ice cream that's under here. It's very bizarre. So then he keeps eating, and he's licking, and he's eating, and he's yumping and chumping, and then bam! Like Emerald Lagasse, there's a thumb in his ice cream cone.
Wow. I got to tell you, first off, that was nobody just loses a thumb. So somebody killed somebody and planted that thumb in there. It's the only way it could happen.
No way. What if you're a worker, man? You know what I mean?
You lose your thumb and then can't find it. Maybe something like that happened. Sure. Yeah.
Because if you look at the thumb, that's a hefty thumb.
Okay.
That's a manly thumb. We were talking about the Village People. That is a manly thumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's a man's thumb. That's half the chrome thumb. That's a thumb. And it's been kept in, theoretically, you could reattach it to whoever lost their thumb because it's been encased in frozen ice.
Right. Well, I don't think that anybody's planning that unless they decide to freeze it again, right? So, yeah.
Well, again, stop unfreezing it. You gave it a few licks, put it back in the center of the, what's it called? Freezer.
Right.
But have you ever found anything gross in your food? This is a true story. There's this restaurant, and I'll say it because they're closed now, outside of Philadelphia called Georgie's. And we found cockroaches in our food. I'll never forget as long as I live. They were crawling around.
Yeah, the minute I find something, I'm done with the place. I'm finished, yeah. Yeah, but to find it in Nutty Buddy ice cream, is something that's pretty crazy. And you know what a Nutty Buddy should do at this point? They should change their motto, okay?
What's wrong with a Nutty Buddy?
I think they changed their motto after this, Rizzo. Just like you said. All you got to do, Nutty Buddy, lick around the nuts and you'll find the thumb.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do the work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's What Didn't Make the Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
828 News Now, always local, always free. We love them. We are in conjunction and partner and very excited about this news organization.
Well,
they work hard.
They helped us get the woman who was abducted by aliens.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are led by the only, I think it's the only man I've ever met that actually doesn't go by his name but goes by his initials, which is very newsy.
Yeah, M.E. So he
M.E.
Right. So somebody that does that, the guy that runs 828 News Now, he really has himself in the same ilk as, let's say, Cher, right?
Well,
or
Cher,
Prince, who
right.
just had a symbol.
Well, what was it? W.C. Fields?
W.C. Fields, sure. Yeah.
I can't think of too many, dot names, right? So anyway, very accomplished, very regal.
Perfectly, by the way.
Perfect.
Coiffed Pantene Pro V hair all the time.
Can I tell you something? It's the one thing as a bald man you look at.
Does that make you jealous, his hair?
I look at Emmy's hair, and I say, first off, your name is Emmy.
You run our news network here.
You run a news network, okay? You probably make more money than me. I can't afford a car. You have a car, okay? Even if it's a 1987 station wagon.
He's smart.
Okay? Because it's probably the best running car in the lot, okay? And then he comes into a meeting, and all you see, I want you to imagine that 90s commercial where the girl bends over, lifts her hair in the air, flips it, and goes shakes it to the left, shakes it to the right, and that big, beautiful salt and pepper gorgeousness. That's what I look at every day. So every time I got to look at his face, I got to look at his hair, and it's I try to be nice to the guy, but I'm jealous of him. I look at that hair and I say, you have beautiful man hair.
Yeah.
He's almost in a bun.
You know what he is? I'm going to tell you what he is before we get to the JNN.
What is he?
You could put him. Do you remember these from the late 90s? The herbal essences commercials.
Oh my God!
The herbal essences where they would get real sexy in the shower, and it was like they were climaxing in the shower while they were washing their hair.
Herbal Where to get it? Right? Wasn't that it?
I could see him doing that. That's the type of hair he's got. All right.
Right. Okay. Anyway, the JNN, the Jeff News Network, which is nowhere near. I'm sorry.
Had a moment. Yeah.
A little hot up in here.
Yeah.
Well, open the window. Anyway, the Jeff News Network, brought to you by our good friends at Train Heating and Cooling Systems. They are engineered to keep up with you because we run together. All right. Traininfo.com. Find your local independent train deal. That's traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, so the move for some places to go plant-based, that is what it is. All right, not my thing, but more power to you if you eat grass. But here's the thing. McDonald's now is going to test out something. Of all places, we know what we go there for. We know what we're getting. But they're going to do a vegan ice cream. Okay?
Okay.
All right. A Choco scoop and a strawberry scoop. They're heading vegan, so they're testing it out in some places. I know. Is there a taste difference, Rizzo? I don't know. You enjoy the ice cream, vegan ice cream and regular ice cream.
Because it's not made with cow udder. If it's not made with udder, it's just not the same.
Then what is it? H2O?
It's water. It's like what is it, like oat milk? It's like almond milk. It's weird. It's just weird. It's just very weird. It's just not the same.
Well, enjoy it. So you go get your vegan ice cream at McDonald's, and 1 cup of it will be $14.95, I'm sure. So
so enjoy it.
All right,
enjoy it. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for the info. All right, guys.
It's time for the. Wait, no, it's not really. I mean, who would?
Can you put the news back on?
The JNN.
This is the news.
The Jeff News Network. A wealth of useful and mostly useless information.
All right, so last night, and tell me if you think this is a big ring. All right, I want to run this by you.
Okay.
And if this is necessary. So last night, the Kansas City Chiefs got their Super Bowl rings.
Okay.
Now, let me describe the ring to you. The ring, which totals 14.8 carats, by the way. 14.8
per ring.
Okay. 14.8 carats. It consists, now this I'm telling you this is real. It consists of 528 diamonds and has 38 rubies. 38 rubies.
That's too many rubies.
So what they've done is it features the Arrowhead logo, which is made out of 16 custom-cut rubies, representing the division titles in franchise history. The Arrowhead is in yellow gold, set in 50 diamonds, which is a nod to the Chiefs outscoring their opponents by 50 points during the regular season. There are 58 diamonds set in the ring top as a tribute to the Super Bowl, which was the one, a
tribute to the Super Bowl with rubies,
right?
It's too much.
And the reverse side of the ring displays the game-winning. They called it the Tom and Jerry play, which is drawn out using Andy Reid's handwriting. So all that in there. So that's quite a ring.
Coach Reid's handwriting,
right? Because he wrote out the play. Yeah.
Okay.
Coach Reid's. They should just put a cheeseburger.
No, what was this thing? How about a ham sandwich?
Yeah, how about a ham sandwich?
How about a ham sandwich?
Yeah.
Coach Reid, ham sandwich.
Yeah. How about a whole
How
about a whole ham?
It's time for the JNN, the Jeff News Network, with all the news, important information, and local things that you want to know. It won't be here, but hey, they try. So here's the JNN on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, so we talk about things that happen on planes. Twice a week? 3 times. That's what it feels
at
like
least,
these days.
because there's always something, you know what I mean?
From somebody not wanting to get up out of the exit row because they said that they wouldn't help people to, the deaths and craziness and plummeting, 6,000 feet in a second. And hail was the other day, destroying the one plane. On Monday, a technical error on a flight that was going to depart from Greece forced some passengers to start stripping naked, by the way.
Oh, I do like this.
Video from aboard the plane shows the passengers that are trying to fan themselves off best they could. There was no air conditioning on the plane as it sat on the tarmac. Temperatures there were exceeding 100 degrees. And to cope with it, people just said, you know what? Forget it. We're just going to strip naked. There were nudes on this plane. After more than 3 hours, they were finally permitted to go back into the airport terminal where they waited for further instructions. I would have did the whole thing nude. Plane nude, terminal nude, airport nude. You name it, I got it.
Why are you afraid of nude? Why don't you embrace the nude?
I said I might have nuded. I would have nuded here.
Okay, so you would have went Flappy? Would you have gone Flappy Bird?
At this point, what are you going to tell me? You just sat me there for 3 hours at 100 degrees with no air. I'd have no choice but to nude. We'd all have to nude.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, I'm proud of anyone who is man or lady enough to nude because you play Flappy Bird, and you know what? You're just in a whole other stratosphere. And if you're hot, you know what? Who cares? A body's a body. We've all seen a body. We're people. Let's just let it all hang out.
Yeah, look, I got to tell you, the more I think about it, the older I get. When I see elders that just nude it up, I got to tell you, I'm starting to lean that way.
Don't say it.
I'm starting to.
They're coming to Centerwell. You're not leaving with any pants.
We'll be there in 6 days on the 20th at Centerwell
at 10A.
I'm going to leave a new man.
A new study says you turn on the radio for the personalities you love. Look, even if it's not the case for Rizzo and Jeff, we're trying. Our reminder to you is they will always be free. So will their podcast. And so we can't really expect too much. 105.9 The Mountain. Always local, always free.
What if you were part of a cultural phenomena, right? Like, let's say a lot of you remember the Blair Witch Project. Remember when it was like the guy running around with the camera and everyone's like, oh my God,
couldn't watch
real.
It. I get motion sickness.
Do you get motion sickness?
I do. I have sinuses. I get motion sickness. I can't watch stuff like that.
So what if you were part of that? Right,
okay.
Like and like you were in that movie, right? And the people who were in that movie, they shot it for $60,000. So I think they got like $5,000 a piece to be in it. Which, you know what, cool acting jobs. They were somewhat unknown at the time. They kind of are. Josh Leonard, Ray Hansen, Michael Williams. But they,
good for you.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
Thank you. I remember.
Yeah.
They claim that the film grossed $100 million, and it did. It was crazy. They were so happy. But they were sent a fruit basket as a thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. Actually, yeah, I am. You know what? I'm just going to say it. There's something wrong with the fruit basket. You don't send fruit baskets to people. You don't do it. You just don't do it. You don't do it. You know what a fruit basket is? I'm not thinking about you. I made a quick purchase online. Get out of my face.
Can I tell you?
Tell me.
When my dad passed, okay?
You got inundated, didn't you?
Friggin' fruit baskets.
Yeah. Well, hey, your dad's dead. Here's some fruit.
My dad's dead. I don't want a kumquat.
That's
okay? Sorry to tell you. No, right. I don't want anything. You know what? Somebody gave us a nice baked rigatoni meal. There we go. Now we're heading somewhere. Now we're heading somewhere.
So what are your thoughts on the fruit basket? Is it disrespectful in any capacity to fruit basket? Because I got to tell you, I'm going to dissect some fruit baskets here because these people helped make $100 million. 25-year anniversary, the cast came out and said, all we got was a fruit basket as a thank you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. How awful is that, by the way?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's mean. If you fruit basket someone, that's mean.
Yeah.
Who do you fruit basket? The lady that works at the front desk?
Yeah.
Secretary?
Oh, I don't think that. I don't even think that anymore. Yeah.
Who is an acceptable person to fruit basket? Dad on Father's Day?
No, what the hell does he want with that?
I'm with you.
You got to give him a meat pile.
Pile of meat.
Fruit basket. It's I don't know your fruit basket. Like even teachers these days, I know, a lot of parents, and I remember doing this with, my nephew and stuff. You get gift cards these days, right? For like the teachers. You do that, things of that nature. Nobody wants a fruit basket. By the way, let me tell you, the edible arrangements, and they're great, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them.
They're good, edible arrangement stuff.
Do you know what? Do you know their problem? This is how they get you. You get strawberry flowers, so you might get 4. But then what they do is they honeydew you. That's what they do. They over-melon you. You get
melons are a dime a dozen.
You get over-meloned.
You would know this. I know this is you. You are the surprise you on a Just Because Tuesday guy.
I am a surprise you on a Just Because Tuesday, and what I would never do is honeydew.
Yeah, I know.
I could never honeydew.
And here's the second problem with those with the edible arrangements. They don't fit in your damn fridge. So you're squeezing, you're squishing, you're jamming. Yep. And then you're not going to pull it apart to eat it. It's too much work.
100%. 1059 The Mountain. Hello.
Please stand by for a message from the city of Asheville.
Hang on.
City of Asheville Water Department notification that the water distribution system work occurring on June 14th, 2024 is complete at 1095 Patton Avenue. This is not a boil water advisory.
Oh, good.
If you are still experiencing low pressure or no water, please call customer service at 828-251-1122.
Well,
the distribution lines have been flushed, but should discolored water, air, cloudy or milky in the lines persist, customers are advised to wait until the water is clear before using it. To clear discolored water air from your line, wait 1 to 2 hours. Then flush only the cold water lines for 10 to 15 minutes.
Now, you know what? That is informative. Do you know what?
That's good.
Whoever made that deserves a fruit basket.
Well, I gotta tell you, we should have asked. Listen, water not the problem. Do you have a direct number? I could talk to somebody at Duke Energy.
Yeah, you know what's really funny? I'd like to Duke. You know what? If there is a company that you could take into the octagon, it might be them, right? Because you go on the budget bill, and then you look and see what your bill really would be. And then it's like, and then what's going to happen is inevitably you're going to owe. I mean, you keep your air on, and you don't even keep it that cold. I used to keep it on 68. No more. No
you
bueno.
Can't do that.
No.
68. Are you crazy?
No bueno on the 68.
Yeah, found that one the hard way, huh?
Yeah, found that out the hard way. So we're keeping it right around 73. Right.
Even that's warm and not comfortable. You got to find the right temp. I know it's tough.
What's the right temp?
71.
That's
I like
expensive.
it
there. That's a $300 bill.
Really?
Yeah, 71 at Duke all month.
Think Duke will give you a fruit basket?
Give me some kind of fruit. I'll tell you. How about this fruit?
No, they'll give you a fruit basket and then charge you for it.
Yeah.
The Rizzo and Jeff Show has been here for a while.
There's something not right about these guys.
And finally have made some progress and are really enjoying the 828. Okay, they made us say all that. More of the Rizzo and Jeff Show.
It's time for that very sad time, the show. What didn't make the show? And there's so much that never makes the show because we get off on tangents. We talk about, like, Emmy, the editor of 828 News Now, always local, always free's hair. By the way, beautiful hair. Beautiful hair. Yeah. Or whatever tangent we get on, whether, we're talking about accepting meat as payment. But, there are a lot of things that we didn't get to. So that's what this segment is for. And without any further ado...
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's What Didn't Make the Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
So this made the show quickly, but I think it's important to point out because Jeff taught me today at 6:06 in the morning that there is a large swath of Chinese people in Canada.
It's the third largest population in the country.
It's amazing to know.
Of 9 people, about 2 million of them are Chinese.
So 2 out of 9 million people in all of Canada are Chinese?
Yeah.
So that's an interesting tidbit of information. We're going to have to do a little investigating into that.
Well, 1.5.
Well, that's close enough. Anyway, so the reason that we brought that up is because there was a Chinese couple, a true Chinese couple, that won the lottery. And when you win the lottery in Canada, you don't pay taxes. They send you a check. If you win $1 million, you get $1 million. No tax, no penalty, no nothing. So a Chinese couple won that lottery, and they are still waiting on their check. And Jeff, it doesn't seem like it's coming anytime soon.
No, it does not. And yeah, like you said, you don't pay taxes there on your winnings in Canada, unlike here, where they take it all.
You know what? They could take it. Listen, I'd rather have them take it all in America than not have them give it to me in Canada. Because listen to this poor guy, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name because it has a couple of X's in it, so I don't know. But listen to what he says about how he's trying to get a hold of them and how they just won't help.
I try email to them and call them so many times. And then he said, it's on the way, but no one sent the check to me.
It said that if you win over 1,000, you should get your check in the mail 6 to 8 weeks. But right now it's over 1 year.
Waiting a year for $1 million Fozzies. At what point do you say, you know what? I'm donezo.
Yeah.
It ain't happening to me.
No, I ain't giving that up. No,
you ain't giving it up?
No, I've argued for a lot less. Trust me.
That is true.
I've argued for $5 off of something.
It's true.
Or, whenever there's a Spectrum outage, I always call and argue for $8.95.
$8.95.
They give me a discount back whenever there's an outage. That's a little secret there, by the way. Anytime they hit you with an outage.
It's not a secret anymore. You just told all of that.
Good. Everybody do it. Good.
They're going to get hip to the game.
Whenever there's an outage, if it's an hour or more, you call them and you tell them, this is horrendous. I work from home and I want to be compensated for it. And if they tell you no, then you just don't give up. Never be a quitter.
Never. So it might take you 3 times, but you'll get it.
You got it.
Well, there you go.
Wow. Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's What Didn't Make the Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
So there was a camel escape at an amusement park called Cedar Point. It's in Ohio.
Huge, by the way.
Lot of camels, lot of chaos, no death, no stampeding, but it brings to the question of camel meat. Because camel meat is consumed in other parts of the world. And it made me think about something that has gone viral, and that is a Nebraska Motel 6 not taking camel meat, but taking 80-20 chuck as payment. So you got camels, running around Cedar Point, this amusement park. You got people who eat camel or camel meat, and then you have people in Nebraska accepting meat as payment. Where are we at as a country when we're taking meat as payment?
Yeah, well, you tell me.
Well,
you tell me. You been to the supermarket lately, or no?
Do you know that I got 8 apples that cost me $10.37?
It's a joke. It's terrible. You go and you get nothing. You food shop for a family, Yeah, but back in the day, Aldi used to be the spot where you get a discount. Now there's Bentleys parked out front.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's very true. So just so you know, this happened.
The night clerk was accepting ground beef as payment for a room. We've been working with their corporate headquarters because their corporate headquarters, at last conversation we had, that location does not meet their industry branding standards.
And, it is what it is. Just if we're at a place in our country where we're taking meat for payment,
okay.
maybe time to rethink some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you're giving up a hotel room for 80-20 chuck. I mean, that's kind of where we're at. Think that through, folks.
820 chuck for a room?
20 chuck for,
a tube of 820 chuck?
Just for a twin-size bed. Hey, that's a good payoff.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's true.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's What Didn't Make the Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
And finally, happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there. And in the spirit of Father's Day, I would just like to give you 7 fun ideas that you could do with daddy this weekend. 1, plan a barbecue. 2, go fishing. 3, take a road trip. 4, host a movie marathon. 5, enjoy a sports game. 6, explore nature with a bike. 7, cook a special meal together. And 8, don't forget a nice hug and a Father's Day kiss.
Okay. What if I give you 7 no's? What if it was leave me the hell alone? How about that, okay?
It sounds like my dad.
Yeah, I know.
From podcasts to Facebook videos, Instagram to TikTok, and even Twitter. Oh yeah, X now. Thanks, Elon. You can keep up with what's going on locally and the Rizzo and Jeff Show by searching 105.9 The Mountain on all social and podcast platforms. Keep 105.9 The Mountain with you 24/7, wherever you go with our new app. It even has an alarm clock, so we can be free and fancy. We'll be right back.